Hello, this is Dr. Bob Demaria, and I'd like to take our next few minutes talking to you a little bit about Alzheimer's and memory loss. This is a very significant issue today that's occurring in our society. You may have had a mom or dad, an aunt or an uncle that are living in a rest home right now, or maybe you suffered for years attending to discomfort and issues that these individuals had. I can tell you that if you continue to use the same recipe box that they had, you're going to have the exact same kind of findings and challenges. I would strongly encourage you, whatever they did, you don't do. I have many different items. I want to do this by a kitchen table because Alzheimer's has everything to do with what you eat and what your body is exposed to. I have an item in my hand right now that I encourage you to eat on a regular basis. It's an avocado. Avocados have great fat, but they also have a protein called carnitine. Carnitine is an amino acid that's really important for cognitive behavior. What about the egg? So many people today don't want to eat the egg yolk. They only want to eat the white. I don't agree with that. You need the yolk because the yolk has cholesterol in it, and cholesterol is really important for brain function. I have several other items here, but you know what? When you go into a room, do you forget where your cell phone was at? Or do you have issues that you may not remember where you place your keys? Memory challenges. What I'm holding in my hand right now is the skull. Obviously the brain is inside of the skull, but I want to take a few minutes to talk to you briefly about teeth. What I'm seeing in my practice are individuals who have a lot of amalgams or the silver fillings inside of the mouth have a greater potential, from my observation, to have Alzheimer's or dementia. Dementia being memory loss, Alzheimer's being one of the many reasons that you can have that. The reason that amalgams are an issue is that the mercury inside of the amalgams can affect a gland in your throat or in your jaw area called the parotid gland that has everything to do with digestion. You see, what I've learned in my experience of doing this for 30 years, when we do hair analysis, I always find a gland in the body called the adrenal gland. And I talked about that in Dr. Bob's Drugless Guide to Balancing Female Hormones. Well, in there we talk about the adrenal gland. When it's exhausted, I always see elevated aluminum on the hair analysis. What I'm holding here is actually just a phosphorus example of the brain, and I'm also holding in my hand right now a specimen of the cervical spine. Well, there are blood vessels in your neck that go to your brain. Yes, you do want your blood vessels allowing blood to flow through at a very even and rapid rate, but what I'm even learning from my experience, lactic acid could build up inside of your body. If you have sore muscles with exercise, you may need some B vitamins, because if you have too much lactic acid, it could literally be the reason that your blood vessels are being plugged up and there's lack of blood flow to your brain. If you have subluxation in your brain, in the lower part of your brain stem, that could interfere with the flow of information that goes throughout your entire body. I've also seen over time that diet soda, anytime I have somebody that has any kind of health issue, we always talk to them about diet soda because of the aspartame and the other chemicals, one of them having to be turning into formaldehyde. We encourage flax oil. I'd encourage you to take at least 1 tablespoon of flax oil per day per 100 pounds, because flax oil is really important to put a fat in your brain called DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. What I'm holding in my hand right now is Crisco. This is a trans fat. Trans fat is the most common fat that is found in fast food today. Actually, I was just reading some of the information from a local large fast food chain. I would not eat any food at a fast food restaurant that has trans fat in it. It can interfere with brain function. I would use coconut oil, flax oil, olive oil, great alternatives. Splenda. Splenda can cause agitation to body function. I would eliminate as many artificial sweeteners that you can. What I'm holding in my hand right now is the amount of sugar that's in a soda pop. Sugar causes inflammation. Inflammation is going to affect brain tissue. I have 5 pounds of sugar in my hand. Some of you are consuming up to 150 pounds of sugar yearly, and that sugar interferes and can cause inflammation inside of the body. Canned food. Avoid canned food. Not only because of the aluminum that's in the canned food, but there's chemicals that they're putting on the inside of the aligner that could affect the metabolism inside of your body. And finally, does bright light bother your eyes? If bright light bothers your eyes, that's a sign to me that you have a mineral deficiency. See, spark plugs are like minerals. You need to get a great source of minerals. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to join me at my next tele-workshop. It's going to be a life-changing. I want you to be able to remember your name when you're 65 years old. And finally, one last thing, exercise your brain every day. Stop watching so much TV. Start learning and memorizing Bible verses, crossword puzzles, read, become active, become engaging in allowing your brain to function optimally. Looking forward to having you be on the line with us.